Hi guys, thank you so much for watching The Royal We. My name is Kevin, and in this video I want to talk to you about dealing with toxic, abusive, narcissistic people at the workplace. This is a huge thing that many of us face, and it impacts your health dramatically. So in this video I want to talk to you about how you know if you're dealing with narcissists and toxic people in the work environment. What are the symptoms that you're going to have? How is your body trying to tell you this? And the second thing I want to talk to you about is, well, what exactly can you do about it? We're going to talk about this right here. Okay guys, so like I said, we're going to be talking about toxic people in the workplace. Now, I know that it is evening time and I have my sunglasses on, but that's because I feel tired. My eyes look tired because I have been at the zoo all day with the family, and I just don't want you to see my tired eyes right now. Yeah, it was hot outside. We had a great time. I spent the majority of the time with the family in the penguin area because where the penguins are, that air conditioner was kicking. The room was super cool, and the penguins were awesome, and they were splashing around, and we had a great time watching the penguins. Those things are super sweet, guys. All right, so first I want to talk to you about how you know you're dealing with toxic, narcissistically abusive people in the workplace. Well, here are some symptoms that you can go by. Let's say when you first get the job, when anybody gets a job, you tend to be excited. Yes, I got a job, and I'm so stoked about it. And you go into this job and you give it all you got. You're doing a fantastic job. You're getting known. Your name's getting known. Your supervisors are proud of you. Everybody's happy with you, and your performance is freaking amazing. Because if you're an empathic individual, chances are you care and truly love your job. I mean, to the extent that you really invest yourself, your heart, your emotions, you put it all into the job, right? And now suddenly you notice that there's a change, right? Maybe some things have been said. You know some things have been said, actually. Well, we'll talk in a minute about how narcissists operate in the workplace. But first I want to ask you some questions about your own feelings, how you're feeling about the job, okay? Now, typically the newness of a job wears off, and that happens. That happens all the time, but that should not mean that you still are no longer excited about working. But symptoms that you're dealing with a toxic work environment would include anxiety. If you are experiencing some strange anxiety effects in your body, and when I talk about anxiety, I'm talking about a different feeling you've never experienced. Maybe you get sweaty palms when you're relaxing at home. Maybe your body temperature changes, you notice you start to feel hot. Maybe you start to get tunnel vision, things go dim, and it almost feels like you're going to pass out. These are all symptoms of having an anxiety attack or a panic attack. Now, why would I say anxiety attacks and panic attacks could have something to do with your work environment? Well, the answer to me is simple. One, you spend more time at work than you do anywhere else. And so all of the stress that accumulates where you are during the day is going to come out of you at night when you're relaxing. Okay? So this would be a good indication that you are dealing in a high stress. Not only stress, because we can tend to handle stress as long as we feel like we're contributing and we're working and we're solving a problem. But as we know with toxic individuals, with narcissists, there is no working and solving a problem. You're constantly faced with the stress, and you're cut down, you're chopped down, you're diminished, and you feel like there can be no resolve. You feel hopeless and you feel helpless. This is the type of stress that you internalize. This is the type of stress that you go home with. This is the type of stuff that you as an empath carry with you because you care so much about your job. You want to be a good performer, right? That is one loud bus right there. And so you're going to carry this, and you're going to carry it all the way home. It's going to affect you, all right? So anxiety is a huge symptom. If you are experiencing anxiety and panic attacks, that is a huge red flag that one, you are dealing with a toxic environment and you need to de-stress a little bit. What's another one? Well, if you don't look forward to getting up in the morning and going to work. When you start to lose that drive, that is a typical symptom. Because you're just not looking forward to it anymore. You have no reason to get up. You dread getting up, as a matter of fact. And as you're on your way to work, you're thinking, man, I really hope so-and-so isn't there. If you dread the thought of seeing a particular person at work, then you know you're dealing with a toxic individual. If you dread seeing them, if you just don't even want to go to work, you just wish you could just call in sick in the days, right? That's a symptom that you are dealing with a toxic individual. The third symptom I want to talk to you about is overindulgence in coffee. I know this, guys, because this was me. If you have to drink 3, 4, 5, 6 cups of coffee every day at work just to be excited to be there and to feel like you're productive, then chances are you are dealing in a toxic environment with toxic individuals. And this one individual, or these certain individuals, have literally sucked the energy out of you. They have taken away your drive. You've allowed them to get to you, okay? Now let's talk about how these people operate in the work environment. Narcissists, toxic individuals in the work environment, you will notice them, typically they are constantly busy walking back and forth through the office. Typically you'll find them in the boss's office. They will be in the supervisor's office. And what are they always doing when they're in the supervisor or with the boss? They're complaining. They complain about others nonstop. And they do it in a way that makes them look like they're a hero, that they're solving a problem. They'll go into the supervisor's office and say, oh, so-and-so, did you know that they're not doing this? Or so-and-so, the new hire, don't you think they should be spending more time doing this? They do this type of stuff in the supervisor's office. They do it very sneaky. They're very kind of conniving, and they're very pushy. They even push themselves onto the bosses, sometimes convincing the boss that you or other workers just simply aren't doing things right. They spend so much time running around looking at other people, writing down stuff, and trying to control how other people are working that they don't get much done. As a matter of fact, you might be looking at them sometimes wondering, what in the world is their position? I worked with one in California where it seems like this certain woman who I worked with made up her own position. She didn't even have a formal position at the company. I worked at an insurance company, and I was an examiner one, an underwriter, and at the time, and a claims examiner, that is. And this particular individual was not an examiner, not an assistant, didn't work in the mailroom, but they were just, she was roaming. And she would, next thing I knew, I'd be called into the office and they'd be talking to me about something. And well, so-and-so said this. It's almost like she created this position to where she thought she was a supervisor, even though she didn't even have that title. So they're very pushy. They create their own position sometimes. So what are these things I'm trying to tell you? These are red flags that you need to stay away from these individuals. So let's talk about some of the things that you can do now. One, when you notice this individual, someone who's talking to the boss all the time, trying to act like they're friends with the boss and this and that, and even if they're overly nice to you, you need to be wary. The workplace is a place for you to get your work done, a job done. It's not a place to start to do that, to have these conversations and this and that. And the reason is because you don't want to give somebody ammunition to get to learn you in a more intimate level at work. You want to go to work and just do your work. This will help solve the problem. And if you just do a good job and you just stick to your work and you have little to do with this person, you're going to have problems with them just because that's what they make their position out. They make their position out of causing problems. That's what narcissists do. But you'll be better at being able to say, I don't know what that person's talking about. Another way to do it is to make sure that you yourself have a good relationship with the bosses. Not the same way, not the relationship where you're complaining about other people, but at least go in there just to say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Is there anything I could do better? That way you allow the boss to know what it is you're working on, right? So the boss doesn't have to just go by somebody else, all right? Now, if it's really bad, if it's a really bad environment, then you really have to ask yourself this, and I'm going to leave it right here. Is the job worth your health? Is the job worth your health, guys? It's your life we're talking about. Your health is the most important thing that you have, not a job. You can always get another job. There are jobs available. Trust me, I know. I've had many of them. As a matter of fact, I packed my family up from California, moved out to St. Louis, Missouri, this time last year, and just jumped into a job that opened up here. Jobs, you will always find jobs. It is not worth your mental health, it's not worth your emotional health to be in an environment where you have people behind your back talking about you in negative ways, people who are trying to pull the rug out from under you, people who are trying to control you and have their thumb down on you, people who are talking about you, demeaning you, devaluing you behind your back, threatening you with write-ups, threatening you with all kinds of stuff. You don't need this in your life. If you are filled with anxiety because of your work environment, I encourage you, take up the strength, start to think of these two things. One, can you fix it by having a better relationship with your boss? Or two, if the narcissist is relentless, if you are being abused, and if your boss is a narcissist, consider getting a new job. You don't have to have it. Don't think that it's bad to quit. Don't even worry about that. Companies don't care if they fire you. They don't even give you a 2-week notice if they fire you. They have you escorted out. So they don't even deserve that from you. If they're an abusive environment, just leave, get out, walk away, get away from the job. Your health is more important than that. You follow me on that? That's the way you handle that. And I know you want to do the right thing, and that's what keeps you stuck that's what keeps you stuck. Right, is constantly wanting to do the right thing. Well, I want to make sure everybody else is okay. I want to make sure my boss is okay. I want to make sure my coworkers are okay. I want to make sure. I want to help everybody else. And I know this is how you can be sometimes. I want to fix everybody else except me. No, I'm telling you, start to focus on yourself. You are too important. You're your number one asset. Without you, no work will ever matter. So get yourself healthy. Get yourself out of a toxic work environment. Hi, guys.
Thanks for watching the Royal We.
Yes, thank you for watching the Royal We. I want to let you guys know that I am almost finished with the course. It's going to be available pretty soon, and I'm excited to be able to offer that to you guys. I also want to let you guys know that I'm thankful for all of your phone calls. You can continue to contact me. It's absolutely free. But for those of you who have demanded that you be able to give back in return, I want to let you know that I have put a donation link on my channel. So you're welcome to donate whatever you would like to donate to this channel. And you don't have to. That's completely up to you. Bless you guys. Thank you. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. And we will be back with more right here on the Royal We. While you look at the camera, you got to stay looking at the camera, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Guys. I'll say hi and then you say hi. No finger in the nose. You gotta be professional. 1, 2, 3. Hi guys.